Volez, Voguez, Voyagez, literally translated means fly, sail, travel. And that's exactly what the 163-year-old luxury brand has done. Their trunks and bags have traveled the world, and so has the exhibition, having opened at the Grand Palais in Paris, with stops in Tokyo, Seoul, and now the former American Stock Exchange building here in New York City. The exhibition explores the concept of travel as it relates to the brand's offerings, but also asks viewers to travel through time, from the brand's humble beginnings to the world of high-end luxury now synonymous with the French design house. Master curator and historian Olivier Saillard, along with artistic director Robert Carson, tell the story of not only the brand Louis Vuitton, but the man Louis Vuitton, who at the age of 14 traveled by foot for 2 years to apprentice for a Parisian box maker and packer. The exhibition shows how his designs and creations have evolved to cater to different modes of evolving transportation. It's a retrospective spanning not only 163 years of Louis Vuitton, but also the art of travel.
So remember we are driving your car. The speed so fast, felt like I'm strong. See the lights lay out before, see the all felt nice wrap around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belong. And I had a feeling that I could be someone.
Although the fourth stop on the tour, the U.S. is an important part of Louis Vuitton's history, and the American Stock Exchange building was a space the brand waited to become available. The exhibition remains 90% the same in each location, but highlights some milestones specific to its current country. In its U.S. debut, the exhibition ends with a room aptly titled Louis Vuitton Loves America. New York also receives some special high-tech augmented reality experiences that are sprinkled along the 10-room journey. Visitors enter the exhibit through a Louis Vuitton metro station, where branded trains come and go along a video wall. Once inside, visitors can use the exhibition's app to bring Louis Vuitton's portrait to life, follow an expedition in the middle of the desert, customize a travel trunk with iconic hotel labels, and of course, tag a subway wall. Trunks are where Louis Vuitton began, and it's also where the exhibition begins. In present day, people associate Louis Vuitton with style, but in its early years, the brand was just as well known for innovation. Examples of groundbreaking innovation are evident throughout the trunk room, including the first vertical wardrobe trunk and the invention of the tumbler lock, which allowed each customer to open multiple pieces of luggage with a single key. 1896 was the first time we saw the iconic monogram canvas we know today. The LV was chosen to pay homage to the brand's founder Louis, who passed in 1892. And although Louis Vuitton bags are now among the most counterfeited luxury goods, monogramming was originally instituted to prevent the counterfeit of the famed trunks. As you walk around the exhibition, you'll notice initials and tags on the bags and accessories from famous names like F. Scott Fitzgerald, J.P. Morgan, and Henri Matisse. You begin to wonder how the antiques came back into the brand's possession to be included in the retrospective. Starting in the 1900s, Louis's grandson, Gaston Louis, sent detailed questionnaires to previous Louis Vuitton customers. If they responded and the piece was of interest, he would ask to buy the piece from them for the company's archives. He eventually gathered together one of the finest collections of trunks, chests, and boxes of all time. Curator Olivier Saillard had access to the entire archive and was given carte blanche in selecting pieces for this exhibition. But not only is it packed with over 300 original trunks, Saillard also incorporated notes and personal effects from the family to help illustrate milestones, including the original questionnaire Gaston Louis sent to customers. Another way the exhibition helps to tell a story is by presenting the trunks filled with period-specific items that would have been packed inside, some from the original owners. Vintage costumes, accessories, and perfume bottles, a time capsule of Louis Vuitton customers from times past. When Louis Vuitton trunks were originally crafted, travel was considered a luxury reserved for the wealthy. The company's founder studied the art of packing, and the exhibition's collection of intricately designed specialty trunks, built solely to house items like hairbrushes, libraries, and paintings, speaks to his knowledge of what his customers considered travel essentials. A rare piece to look out for is an original flower trunk. Georges and Gaston Louis Vuitton created these custom trunks to be filled with peonies and roses in made-to-measure zinc tubs. The flower trunks were then sent as gifts to the very best Louis Vuitton clients in 1910. The piece is also a favorite of the exhibition's curator. Among the vast collection of various wardrobe trunks, mail trunks, secretary trunks, and hat trunks, you'll also find the original filing certificate for a patent in 1867. The patent is for a packing and traveling trunk and was the first patent ever issued to Louis Vuitton. Artistic director and set designer Robert Carson designed the rooms to feel immersive and interactive, so visitors would feel as if they were in transit with the bags. The automobile era is showcased in a narrow room designed to resemble a typical French country road, flanked by rows of trees. A 1910 chauffeur's kit from the Louis Vuitton collection, designed to accommodate attire and protect it from the sun and rain, can be found in this room, displayed alongside car trunks, picnic trunks, and driving helmets. In the Expeditions and Yachting Room, visitors are transported to a desert safari. The House of Louis Vuitton traveled with an anthropologist and designed special trunks to suit the climate, vehicles, and practicalities of daily life for an expedition through Algeria, Mali, and the Congo. A trunk bed from the Louis Vuitton collection can be found in this room, coated in damaye canvas and bearing its owner's personalized marking and a plate dated 1885. A recreated cruise scene from the Queen Mary introduces the early 20th century sea travel craze and Louis Vuitton's invention of the steamer bag, which would revolutionize hand luggage and would eventually become the gym bag. You can walk along the deck of an early 1900s sailboat and then peruse vintage advertisements that suggest various uses for the bags and hint at how a traveler really did have a different bag for each task. One advertisement from 1911 asks, "Why stow your dirty laundry with your clean clothes when traveling?" For high-class travelers, a Louis Vuitton laundry bag would be the obvious solution. The advent of air travel presented new opportunities for Louis Vuitton, and the aviation room is a great example of how the brand adapted its products to fit a world that was rapidly changing. Here you'll find travel cases poised on the wings of an aluminum biplane, and the Aero Trunk, an early 20th century creation designed to equip aviators and eventually passengers with a variety of outfit and accessory options, all weighing in at less than 57 pounds. Louis Vuitton has equipped travelers through the advent of commercial airlines in the 1900s, the invention of the automobile in the 1890s, and the use of railways in 1848. A recreated train car from the Orient Express shows bags in what have been their native environment and shows the inspiration for bags Vuitton customers might recognize today, like the Neverfull and the Speedy. Famous collaborations also receive their own room, featuring limited edition pieces like the ultra-rare Louis Vuitton Supreme skateboard. Since it was founded, Louis Vuitton has prided itself on creating custom trunks to fit clients' various needs. Riding trunks that transform into desks were a fad for riders wanting to work while traveling. Trunks made for showering, an altar trunk, and a flurry of trunks for musical instruments fill the various rooms inside Volez, Voguez, Voyagez. Here you'll find Yves Saint Laurent's expansive personal library and Ernest Hemingway's typewriter, displayed in and alongside their custom luggage. As you picture the different professions of the trunk's previous owners, there is one room that won't need much imagination, the Stars Room. Here you'll find a shoe trunk from Greta Garbo, a wardrobe trunk owned by Katharine Hepburn, Elizabeth Taylor's monogrammed luggage complete with tongue-in-cheek mine tags, and a set of crocodile luggage ordered by Jessie Woolworth Donahue, which are still considered to be the most luxurious pieces ever made by Vuitton. Finally, we arrive at Louis Vuitton Loves America. The brand didn't arrive in the US until 1893 for the Chicago World's Fair, where Louis' son George approached John Wanamaker, the owner of one of the first department stores, and the rest is, well, history. Here, an entire hall is dedicated to the red carpet looks created by Marc Jacobs during his 16 years as the brand's head designer, including the gown worn by Alicia Vikander during the Oscars and Taylor Swift's Met Gala dress. You'll also find several pieces from his most iconic collection, a collaboration with Stephen Sprouse in 2001. Beyond the glamour of the bags and trunks, the exhibition also pays homage to the work and craftsmanship behind the pieces, showcasing tools, sketches, and interactive elements that help visitors understand the detail and labor behind each treasured piece. Overall, the exhibition will change the way you look at Louis Vuitton, and you'll come away with an appreciation for the founders, clients, and inventions that have defined the brand.